Nathan!
Hi.
How's it going?
Good. I'm awesome.
Nice. I'm not gonna lie, my heart is racing right now.
Me
I
too.
have been dying to ask you so many questions.
I've been dying to answer them. This is awesome.
I, you don't know how happy this interview makes me. It's gonna be so cool.
I'm happy to be interviewed. This is amazing.
Also,
I
are
love
you
this.
are you fine if I just take this like entire interaction, just throw it on my second channel when the video is uploaded?
Yeah,
Okay,
absolutely.
sweet. All right, in that case, I'm just gonna get started with the questions just to make life
All
easy.
right.
How did you discover Soda Drinker Pro originally?
Um, it was either late 2017 or early 2018. I saw Video Game Donkey's video about the Steam Winners Collection.
Yep.
That is what introduced me to Soda Drinker Pro, and I was instantly hooked. I just I instantly got it, and I just played it and got obsessed with it. And
I,
so I have a long history with the game. It's weird to think that I have more time making the actual game and like with the NES version in existence than I do just being a fan. Because I've always just considered myself a fan of the series, but I guess now I'm like an actual part of it. So
yeah. I mean, you're literally like part of this video. Like you're, I think you take up
yeah.
like 7 or 8 minutes or something of this video. So pretty decent part of the franchise now.
Yeah,
But no, I
it's crazy.
I love that Donkey video. I watched that when it came out, and it was so funny.
Yeah.
It's also how I found out. Well, no, I found out about it through the Xbox game catalog, and that was my first time seeing gameplay. So, kind of funny.
Nice.
um, anyway, what? I know you told me like in the stream that you got like the NES game maker thingy. I forget what it's called. What inspired you to start with Soda Drinker Pro on that?
Yeah, so I might as well just tell this whole story. In Christmas of 2020, my parents gifted me a copy of NES Maker. It's a pretty simple program that lets you make NES games. And you can make some amazing stuff with it, with like programming stuff. Um, but I decided to just start with something simple, start with a little test program. I decided to make Soda Drinker Pro because um, with any like game development thing that I get, I usually try to make Soda Drinker Pro or like a very simple thing. I actually have on my YouTube channel. It's a very early video. I was like 13. Do you know Nintendo Labo?
Yes.
When I got the vehicle kit, I made a cardboard soda that you can drink. And also when the VR kit came out, I made that. I made like a few levels in the VR kit. So when I got NES Maker, I just decided, you know what, I'm gonna make Soda Drinker Pro, and then it became like an actual project like that I wanted to finish. So
That's pretty cool.
yeah,
How did you get that original game published by Limited Run?
I think it was mostly luck. Because all right, I think it was around. So the entire year of 2021, I didn't really do a whole lot with the game. At the end of 2021, so a year into development, I finished the first 10 levels. And that was because it was just a little project. I didn't actually like intend on finishing it at that point. And so I thought, you know what? I should finish this. And so I remember it was January 1st of 2022. I decided, you know what? I'm going to finish this and I'm going to sell physical copies. The original idea was just to make my own cartridges. Like I would just buy NES Maker cartridges and put the ROM onto it and sell it on like Etsy or something. But I thought, you know what? Since it's not my original game, I'm gonna ask the original developer of the game. So I contacted him through LinkedIn because that was the only form of contact I could find with him. Um, and he was very ecstatic. He was so excited that he even thought, you know what, we can actually get this thing published. I know a guy who knows a guy at Limited Run. So I contacted Limited Run, and they were like, yeah. So I think it was luck. I think if I had just approached them with this game, they would not have said yes. I'm honestly very surprised that they said yes. With the kind of quality games that they have going on,
Yeah.
I'm very surprised.
Yeah, when I saw it, like, I forget exactly how I discovered it. I'm pretty sure I was just reading the Wikipedia article, and like right at the bottom, it's like, oh yeah, by the way, there's an NES version that released physically. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
So that immediately piqued my interest, and I saw like nothing online. So I'm like,
I
I have
remember
to
when that
find
was
out.
I remember when that Wikipedia page was updated. Every now and then I would search the web for Soda Drinker Pro just to see if any of the NES version is out there. And I remember seeing the Wikipedia page for Soda Drinker Pro, and it said there's also an NES version. And just seeing that little blurb was like, I made it. I did it.
That's so awesome. Um,
Yeah,
I just had another question that just came up, and I lost it. It's
that's all
fine.
right.
I'll probably think about it eventually.
Okay.
Anyway, the actual development of this game, how long did it take, like, start to finish? If you have, like, either an hour count or just, like, here's the start date, here's the end date. I'm more curious about, like, the actual, like, development cycle of this game.
Okay. Well, I know it ended. Like I submitted the final ROM to limited run around mid 2023.
Okay.
So if you count the moment that I created the project file to the moment I submitted to limited run, that's about 2.5 years.
Dang.
But keep in mind, the first year was just the first 10 levels, and back when I didn't really care about it. So effective development time was about a year and a half. Um, but when it comes to like actually like the time spent developing the game, I think I spent like maybe a couple hours every week. It didn't take a whole lot of time. Like I just all right. I think I wanted to set around like an hour a day to work on the game and like work on a level a day or something, or a level every 3 days or so. So what I would do is I would just at random times, maybe once every 3 days, I would open up the project. I would I would go to a YouTube video of a long play of Soda Drinker Pro so that I didn't have to actually open up the game myself. Um, and then I would look at that and I'd be like, okay, that's the level I have to make. I would make the sprites if they didn't already exist in the sprite sheet. I did I didn't need to do this, but I used a very limited sprite sheet.
Yeah, I
I
noticed.
I used a lot of reused assets, but I didn't need to do that. I had a lot of space left over for graphics. Um, but I would do that, and I would make the graphics whatever needed. It's very I like how it's very inconsistent when I make new graphics. Like I'll have levels that are completely reused sprites, but I also have a level that's like it uses an entire sprite sheet, like the presentation level. It uses an
Oh,
entire
really?
sprite sheet for that for that whiteboard.
That's crazy.
Um, but where was I? Oh yeah, so I would make the level, and then I would make the music for it, and the music was pretty fun. It really taught me how to use FamiTracker, which I still use nowadays to make like 8-bit music.
Yeah,
It's really fun.
I saw the latest one you did on the
Like,
McDonald's in the Pentagon.
yeah,
It's
that's
awesome.
great. Yeah. And I'm willing to bet. I have no facts to back this up, but I'm willing to bet that my NES game is it has out of all NES games, this one is the one with the most music tracks ever. Like
Yeah.
individual music tracks. Probably not in length of them because most of them are about like 5 seconds long, but um I had to actually, fun fact, I had to use two different FamiTracker files because each FamiTracker file only supports up to 64 tracks. So I had to make two of them and then convert them to TXTs. That's the format that NESmaker accepts. So you export them as TXTs. I had to literally manually mash them together to make them work with NESmaker. And at the very end, uh, it took up like it was full. The entire I downloaded a program to see how the graphics and like how everything like was stored in the cartridge. It was 100% full. So I could not fit any more in there.
Yeah, I
That's
was.
actually that's actually sorry. That's why the exclusive levels, the 10 exclusive levels, that reuses music. Originally, I made exclusive music for those levels, but it could not fit in the cartridge. And unfortunately, I've lost that music. So I tried looking for it, but I can't find it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, I was very impressed playing it that you actually recreated like all the songs from it. Like that was I've downloaded tons of like NES game music files and everything like that. That is by far like the largest soundtrack that I've ever seen in an NES game. Most
Yeah,
of
it's
the time
over
it's like
100 tracks.
I think like the
It's like
most I've ever seen
120.
is like 20. So
Yeah, that's a
I'm
lot.
I'd be very curious to see if that's actually like the most amount of tracks in an NES game. I think I'm with you on that. It might
Yeah.
actually be.
Um, I originally had an idea to make it so like whenever you would press select, it would like put text on the screen that would say like, "I love drinking this soda." Like you know how in the original game,
Yeah.
it's like the guy talking over the music. I wanted to include that, but I couldn't find a way to do that
Yeah.
consistently. But it was
Still
an
pretty
idea.
cool though.
I think there's some remnants of that stuck in the code.
So, this is one of the more important questions for me. Do you know when or if the internet will ever be able to play this game outside of like buying a physical copy from Limited Run?
Yeah. So unfortunately, you can't buy a physical copy anymore. That's just it's the nature of limited run.
Yeah.
But I think it's said in my contract that uh, they have exclusivity over it for the next like 2 years after it's published. I'll have to check the contract, but I'm pretty sure it says 2 years after it came out, and that was last year. So maybe in a year, you'll be able to. But yeah, I would love to get this into the hands of the internet as soon as possible. So I will make sure that happens if and when I can.
Good.
But as of
That
now, I'm
is-
bound by the contract.
Because that game was so much fun to play. It was a very unique NES experience.
Yeah.
Follow up to that. Am I allowed to post my full long play of the video online as an unlisted video in
Yeah.
Soda Drinker Pro? Okay.
Make it
good.
public. I don't care.
Good. Okay.
Yeah.
I might just throw it on my second channel then.
I want it to at least be seen by the internet.
Good.
But yeah.
Because I searched everywhere and like could not find gameplay other than the trailers you made. Which, by the way,
Yeah.
they are awesome. I love
Thank
all the
you.
trailers you've done. They're so cool.
Yeah.
Especially like the original one, like where you're trying to imitate the Soda Drinker Pro trailer.
Yeah,
going to the
I did
game
a
shop.
1-for-1 remake of the trailer. Yeah.
That was awesome.
I actually have a number of how many copies it sold. It sold, I think, 330. So
Dang.
it was a very limited release, and not a lot of people bought it. But that's okay. I wasn't expecting to sell a whole lot more than that. But
Honestly, that's more than I expected. So
yeah, I'm sure a lot of those are just like diehard limited run collectors. Because this game was $60. They
Yeah.
wouldn't negotiate on that price. I would not pay $60 for this game, but a 330 people did, and that's all right with me.
yeah, I was searching online to see if I could find anybody who owned the game originally, so I could get like a ROM or something. And I found exactly one post on Reddit of someone who actually bought it, and they're like, "Yeah, I haven't received it yet." And then like every other thing I could find were just replies of people being like, "Oh, this is like too expensive," and then you replying right back being like, "Yeah, this is too
Yeah.
expensive."
Yeah, I was very active with the people and their concerns. Do you know when that Reddit post was?
I think
Do you know when
9
that was
months
made?
ago.
Okay, because I remember the pre-order window was in December of 23, and it shipped to people around November of last year of 24. So it took a while for people to get it, but
Yeah.
I think they did eventually get it. I think they all are out
Yeah.
in people's hands.
Yeah, I just could not find anything online for it, so the fact I'm doing this
Yeah.
interview, I know I keep repeating myself, but oh my god, I'm just so excited.
Me too.
But
I love this.
anyway, do you think Vivian Clark has like any sort of meaning behind it? Do you think there's any sort of purpose, or do you have your own interpretation of Vivian Clark?
Well, I know why it's in there. I did some research, and Vivian Clark, I think, was original. I think this is just from my research. I haven't talked to Will about this, but Vivian Clark was originally going to be a standalone game, but I don't remember why. But for one reason or another, he decided not to publish it and not distribute it as its own standalone game. He decided to just put it as a secret in Soda Drinker Pro. But that's his story to tell. But that is amazing.
Yeah.
That he just put an entire game in Soda Drinker Pro. And I don't think it actually really has like a deep meaning or anything. I think it's just like a fun WarioWare style game where when you collide with things, you become them and play their minigame. and I think the goal is just to play all of them. I haven't actually beaten Vivian Clark.
Really?
I should.
You
Yeah.
should. It's good.
Have you? Have you
Oh
beaten it?
yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh
So
well, I got to do that then.
just
It's
yesterday, like I was getting footage for this video, and I played through like the entirety of Soda Drinker Pro yesterday.
yeah,
So
yeah,
it it's fun, honestly.
yeah.
But
Um, yeah, it's pretty confusing. It doesn't explain anything, but
yeah,
I think that's the beauty of it.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. When I first discovered it, I was like completely blown away by it. That like I've known about Soda Drinker Pro for a while. I saw it on Xbox's upcoming games catalog and like just watched it over from there. And then I always had it in my Steam library, always a party trick. And then one day I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna beat the game. Just sit through, play the entire thing. And I wanted, while I was playing it, I was like, I want to do more research on it. And I looked up, just like some general information on development. And then everyone on Steam was like, play level 2. And I look at it and I'm like, I think I was just shocked for like 2 minutes straight.
It's crazy
I had a
that you didn't
whole
know about
game.
Vivian Clark
Yeah,
for that long.
I liked Soda Drinker Pro because I thought it was dumb and stupid and funny.
Yeah.
But no, it's a very,
I've
very cool thing.
yeah, I've of course played through the entirety of Soda Drinker Pro many
Yeah.
times, but just not Vivian Clark. I haven't really dug my claws into that game yet.
Yeah,
I played a little bit of it, but I should definitely finish that.
yeah. I just played it and I was like, I feel like this has some sort of meaning that Soda Drinker doesn't. So that's what started this
Yeah.
whole video. But do you have actually? That question kind of goes into the thing you already answered. 330 people. Do you think you actually have an estimate on how many people really played the game?
I have no idea. I have not seen really anything like online of people playing it. I've seen like no reviews. It did get a little bit of news coverage by like gaming outlets saying like, "Hey, this is a thing that's going to happen." Back when it was like announced. But I haven't seen any like actual reviews of people playing it. So as far as I know, no one has played the game.
I'm the
People
first.
have just bought the game. Yeah.
No, it's a fun game. So
Yeah.
unlucky for them. All right, now we're getting down to the actual questions about like the video game itself. On level 2, there's a QR code by the house. The page is not available online. Whenever I scan the QR code, like it just goes to like a blank Soda Drinker Pro website. What was supposed to be there?
I'm a little embarrassed to admit this because the game has been out for months, but I have not actually finished that page yet. So the QR code currently doesn't do anything.
Okay.
But by the time this video comes out, by the time you are seeing it, viewer, it should be finished. I'm working with Will Brierly, the original creator of the game, to help finish the page because I don't own the domain sodadrinkerpro.com. He does, but I make the web page and he just puts it on the website. But I am working with him to actually finish it. But at this moment, it does not exist.
Okay. It's good to know there's some sort of future for it at least. 'Cause
Yeah.
I would have been so disappointed if that QR code didn't do anything and the website was taken down, so it's good there's something
Yeah.
coming.
Yeah, it's not that it was taken down, it just doesn't exist yet.
Yeah. I'm glad he showed me that page, though, because that makes me a little bit more confident than whatever was coming up.
That's
on my
just an
phone. I don't
error
even know.
page?
Yeah, it was just an error
Yeah.
page. But I mean, I use
Weird.
Google on iPhone, so it never works half the time.
Maybe.
So the first and second time I played through level 2, everything worked perfectly. I could run around the level and whatnot. The third time I played level 2 on your game, for some reason the camera just drifted all the way from the left side to the right, past the house. I could see like some weird like textures and whatnot, but there's just a message that said hi. Is there any meaning behind that? Was that supposed to happen?
Okay. Well, the camera thing is definitely a glitch. I didn't think that would actually happen to players, but when I was making the level, I noticed that like there's just this big part of the screen that's not going to be viewable because you hit a wall. So I'm just going to put a little hi there to anyone who would happen to see that. Maybe I would have assumed that it would have been like you hack into the source code to put the maps together. But no, you just found it. That's amazing. I was not expecting people to just find that regularly through the game. But yeah, it doesn't mean anything. It's just saying hi.
Okay. Yeah, I couldn't recreate it or anything. I figured it was just a bug. I just thought it was funny that the one level that bug happened just had high.
Yeah, that's so weird that it happened on that specific level. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
I don't know what caused it, but if I ever figure it out, I'll let you know.
Okay. Yeah, there are a
So
lot of bugs. There are a lot of bugs in that game that I cannot replicate consistently. I don't get it, but that just adds to the charm of it. Bugs that I never bothered to fix.
oh yeah, I mean it's an NES game. You know, most NES games back
Yeah,
then had bugs in it, so
and
it's
it's
only
Soda Drinker
fair.
Pro.
Oh yeah.
You can't have Soda Drinker Pro without bugs.
Oh, 100% not.
They're features.
They're not bugs, they're features.
Yeah.
So on level 32, in the river, there's the numbers 5848, and then on level 69, there's a platform with the numbers 215, 142, 119 just written on it. Is there any reason, or is that some weird NES bug thing?
Okay, that is intentional.
Okay.
That goes into the QR code secret.
Okay.
When the web page is finished, you'll be able to do something with those codes. Originally, Will wanted me to put those codes into the game because of a project he was working on.
Mhm.
I'm not sure what that project is or was, but I decided since those codes are in the game anyway, might as well use them for the game because
Yeah.
it doesn't really make sense otherwise. So, and it does appear on a few other levels. If you keep looking,
Okay.
you'll be able to find some more levels that have codes. So you'll be able to use those in that web page.
That's pretty interesting.
Yes.
Oh.
I
Also,
think it's the first NES game that uses the web.
yeah.
I think before the web was invented.
Yeah, I was so confused when I saw the QR code. I'm like, how'd you even fit that in an NES cart? I didn't even know that was possible.
It's pretty simple. It's just a sprite that I put into the game. Yes,
So I did.
I made it.
Oh, you did? Really?
Yeah,
That's
I
actually
made
pretty
that
cool.
page myself.
So I tried to use your little soda drinker paper thing for a can. I tried to prepare it for the interview, but unfortunately my printers at work were only in black and white, so I did draw. God damn it.
I got it prepared. I prepared it.
I thought
got
this was going to be some
everything on
stupid
this
bit. That is awesome.
That was really cute though. That's awesome.
But yeah, I just drew soda on it with Sharpie and printed it
Nice.
black and white.
I like
so.
how you even got the smudge.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
That'll be funny.
Yeah.
That's
That's great.
Anyhow, I'm going to ask this now because on the topic. What is your favorite soda, and how do you prefer it? Do you prefer it canned, bottled, freestyle machine, anything?
I think I have two different answers for the shape of the soda. I really like the I forgot what it was called. The one with the marble that you like push in.
Oh,
like, it's like that Japanese one.
I know what you're talking about.
I think that's
yeah.
what it is.
Ramune.
Yeah. But my favorite flavor of soda is I'd say either Mountain Dew Code Red or like cream soda.
Good choices.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is very good choices. So, all right, let's see. What is next? All right, so some bonus. Oh, what's up?
Fun fact. I can't really think of a better way to put this in. I was actually interviewed a couple years ago for Nintendo Force magazine.
Oh.
You can see at the very bottom it says Soda Drinker Pro. I was interviewed. So this is the second interview that I've received about this game, but is on this page right here. I got an interview with Jonathan Holmes. He interviewed both of us, me and Will Brierley, and he also asked what my favorite soda was. And at the time, I said just plain old Mountain Dew. But yeah, if you at home happen to have a Nintendo Force subscribed, you can see that interview in the November-December of 2022 issue.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Just for fun, I might get that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you couldn't tell, I collect. So, I think it'd be a fun project.
Yeah, that's awesome. I did see that collection you got there. That's awesome.
Can't add anything more, though. I ran out of space. It's fine. I got room for one more cartridge of Soda Drinker Pro if it ever comes around. So.
All right.
Actually, completely off topic, related to that. Limited Run is doing like a thing where they're selling copies that are in their vault or whatever. Do you know if Soda Drinker Pro is going to be on it, or can you say that, or anything?
I have no
related to
idea.
that? Okay.
That's really up to them. I did see that they're selling. My local GameStop is selling limited run games in a little display unit. So whenever I'm there, I just think someday Soda Drinker Pro might appear there. That'd be
That's pretty
awesome.
cool. Yeah, I was curious because I saw that like right before I reached out to you, and I've been stalking like every single one that shows up.
Yeah.
Luckily, Lollipop Chainsaw got a physical copy. I got the New York print, but I just couldn't find Soda Drinker, and I was like, that sucks.
Yeah.
But
Could be quite the rarity.
oh yeah, as soon as I find it, I'm getting it. So
All right.
that is a collector's item
Cool.
to me. I want that. um, I totally had something else too. That's fine. When you drink every soda in the game, actually, wait, you already answered that.
I don't think
Yeah.
so.
It's the QR code thing with like the. For some reason, my character got ghosted beyond the QR code. I just want to confirmation.
Oh
on
yeah.
it, but you
Yep.
messaged
Yep.
through messages. Okay, we're good on
I
that.
thought you were about to say something about like bonus sodas.
No.
No.
Do you have a thing if
You-
you collect all the bonus sodas?
No.
Okay.
It is impossible. As far as I know, it's impossible
Okay.
to collect every bonus soda.
I
I
thought
would love
so.
to see like a run that uses like glitches or something to collect every bonus soda,
That'd be
but I
fun.
don't think it. I genuinely don't think it's possible. But,
Yeah, some of the levels I was just like, okay, this is just like Soda Drinker. You can't get all of
yeah.
them.
I would love to be proven wrong though.
Oh yeah. Is there anything that you would change about the original game if you could?
Ah, that's a great question. Yes. But I'm trying to think. Oh, you know what? I would, if I were to do it all over again, I would, A, I would add more unique sprites. I feel like I went way too short on the sprites. I guess I reused so many. Um,
It's
and also
creative,
I
though.
would add like unique level gimmicks that I at the time I had no idea how to do that, and I mean I still don't, but I could figure it out. I think I definitely could learn how to do something like that, but at the time I just didn't care. Like on the moving car level, I could not replicate that from the original game, so I just said car broke down.
I was gonna
Can't
mention
use the
that.
car.
That was
Yeah.
creative.
And what you were going to drink soda on a moving car, but the car broke down, so
Honestly, I think it's fitting because in Soda Drinker Pro, like you can obviously tell with the bonus sodas that like the level itself is moving. You're not actually moving.
Yeah.
So I think it's funny that like in the NES game too, there's no actual moving car still.
yeah, I think if I were to do that one again, I would make it so that it would modify the player sprite to just put you in a car. I think that would work. That would
Yeah.
work well. So you would just be in a car, still walking at the
Yeah.
regular speed, but you're just in a car.
That'd be funny.
Yeah. But yeah, I would if I were to do it again, I would add more level gimmicks to do like individual things per level. But yeah, now the game's kind of boring because of that. Because I didn't do that.
Question I just thought of. Whenever your contract goes up, would you see a Soda Drinker Pro demake remake? Do you see that as a possibility?
What do you mean by that?
Like adding all the
For-
features that you like weren't able to add the first time?
Oh, like a retry?
Yeah. V2?
Maybe. I don't think my contract would care about that, but I might. Although, oh, you know what? I lost the project file
Oh.
for the original game. It was on an old computer that I've since factory reset. So if I were to try it again, it would have to be from scratch. But yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to that. Maybe someday. I'm not gonna promise that by
Yeah.
any means. I think, honestly, I think it's on my bucket list. I think it would be amazing to have Soda Drinker Pro on every single console known to man. So I think if I were to try it again, it would be on a different console, like the Genesis or something. I think I'll go in order.
Or the Nokia N-Gage, just saying.
Yeah. Or I got to go back to the Atari and then continue, or like
That-
the Odyssey.
Honestly, the Atari would be really interesting. A
Yeah.
VR port.
Oh, you
VR
know
port would
what?
be really dumb. That'd be funny.
Yeah,
though.
you're right. Yeah. Actually, I talked to Will about this. There used to be a Soda Drinker Pro for mobile, and that had a thing for Google Cardboard.
Really?
Yeah, and
Wow.
so you could like drink soda in VR on your phone, or I think it was just like it had your camera so that you could, so it was like an AR mode.
Yeah.
Or you just drink soda. But I think it did have cardboard support.
That.
But
I
yeah,
did
the
not
app
know
was
that.
since delisted. Yeah, I tried getting the app, but it just doesn't work anymore. Like
Oh.
I even went to like a sketchy APK website to download it, but it just when you load it up, it just instantly closes.
Hmm.
So it's a shame. But I talked to Will. He didn't even know that. He didn't even know that it
Okay.
was taken down.
That's actually kind of
Yeah.
interesting. Yeah, I would just throw it out there. Threw it out there as an idea because I know I was watching Will's old videos on his YouTube channel, and at one point he ported part of Vivian Clark to VR on like the Oculus dev kit.
Yeah. Did you see his video where he had like Soda Drinker Pro on a like mechanical arm thing?
No,
It was like it was some sort of medical device that he got Soda Drinker Pro running on. It was insane.
that sounds
Um,
funny.
yeah. And also on the Xbox One, it has Kinect support. And I really wanted to
Okay.
try that, but unfortunately, I do not own an Xbox One, nor a Xbox One Kinect. I do have a Series X, but that doesn't. You can't play Kinect
Yeah,
games on that, so it's a
unfortunate.
shame. But I would love to drink soda with a Kinect someday.
That I didn't even know was supported. I kind of want to try that.
Yeah. Do you have a Xbox One with a Kinect?
I have an Xbox One, no Kinect, but I
I think
honestly don't mind buying a Kinect for that.
I think they're a little rare. I think they're a little hard to get nowadays.
Oh yeah,
But
they are like
you
100
you
bucks.
got
They're
it.
stupid.
Yeah. I
But
wouldn't do it just for that, but
yeah, I mean, there's
um,
other games on there I want to try out. I just haven't had like
yeah,
a game to really do it for, but this might be it if I see it at the
yeah.
local game store
For
tomorrow.
Yeah, for me, I would have to buy an Xbox One and a Kinect
Yeah.
and Soda Drinker Pro again.
Hey, 2 copies of Soda Drinker Pro. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I've
But
bought it like 3 times.
I only have the Steam copy. Although
Yeah.
I want to soon. I don't know why I'm blanking on the website. Internet Archive. They have the old webpage for Soda Drinker Pro fully uploaded on there.
Oh
And they
yeah.
have a download link for the original Soda Drinker Pro when it was like separate from Steam, and I kind of want to try it out, see if it works.
Yeah, I think that's like a demo version.
Yeah,
I
that was
think
the
so
one.
anyway.
That was the one where you had
Or
to like stand by the rock for a while for Vivian Clark, right? The little webpage came
remember,
up.
I don't know. Um, but yeah, I remember when I was making the website level,
Mhm.
um, where it's like drink soda on a computer
Yeah.
or like drink soda while browsing sodadrinkerpro.com. I used a screenshot of the old website because that's what it looked like at the time. And I asked Will, hey, by the time this game releases, the website's gonna look the same, right? It's gonna look just like this, so it will make sense
Mhm.
for when people buy it. And he said, yep, it's gonna look the exact same. And then it now it looks different. Now it's a
Yeah.
completely different website. Which honestly I'm fine with. I'm fine with how it looks now.
Oh yeah.
I really like how you can drink soda and collect bonus sodas on the website. I
Yeah.
think I love that. But it does, it's now it looks different
Yeah.
for how it used to look. But you could say that it's accurate to the original game,
Oh
you
yeah.
know,
Yeah.
because that's how it looked in the original game.
Yeah. When I what was it? When I went to the old website, just browsing around and whatnot, I was like so shocked between like all the pages and everything I had, where there's just an information page like just of people who uploaded their gameplay videos online. And I was going through and I
Yeah.
saw like a bunch of names that I've like never seen it before, and then like a bunch of other people like Moist Critical Penguin or whatever. Like he was just at
Yeah.
the top of
Yeah.
the page. I was like, what? What the hell?
Yeah, Critical played Soda Drinker Pro back in like 2013.
Yeah.
It was like back when it was a demo.
It was an old video. But
Yeah.
I just thought that was interesting. So
Classic.
found a bunch of people I didn't know play the game.
Yeah.
um. Oh, that was the question I was going to ask earlier. Some of the levels on the Soda Drinker Pro demake aren't in Soda Drinker Pro. Are those the levels that you
Yes.
came up with then?
The exclusive levels. Yeah, I made those all myself. And those are the ones that have reused music. Again, I made music for it, but it could not fit in the cartridge.
Yeah.
And now it's lost. I can't find it anymore, unfortunately. But yeah, those were all original levels made by me. A lot of them like reference things with my friends. Like one of them was like at a sandwich shop because one of my friends used to work at Subway. um, and we have one that says "With the Revengers."
Yeah.
The Revengers is like it's an old parody of the Avengers that I made with my friends. It's on my YouTube channel, but I was like 14 when we made it, so it's got like 2019 humor. It's pretty cute. That's what spawned the Marble Studios name that we still use nowadays for all of our like dumb little
Yeah.
parody videos.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have one that's like on the source code for the game,
Yeah.
and that uses the assembly code for I think it's for drinking the soda, like the code that happens when you drink the soda and it plays the sound effect.
That's pretty
That's
funny.
what that does.
Yeah, they were creative
And
levels. They're fun.
yeah,
I like I
um,
I liked the opener for it being like playing Soda Drinker Pro demake or whatever in 3D with like the little truck. I
in
mean, I thought
3D.
I thought that was the
Like
dumbest like little nod where it's like, oh yeah, this game came prior to Soda Drinker Pro.
yeah, you're drinking soda. It's gonna be like you're drinking soda in 3D on an NES game,
Whoa.
and then it's just a graph.
Yeah.
It's just-
It's pretty funny. It got it. It got a giggle
yeah.
out of me.
Yeah, I'm proud of those levels.
Yeah, they were also the first ones where I saw like different sprites from like the guy waving or whatever. Specifically with the Revengers. I was like, oh, that's
Yeah.
fun. Like that's exactly why I thought like, oh, these are probably things that he just added for fun.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what other levels there were. There were on the console,
Mhm.
and I called it. I was originally gonna say the Nintendo Entertainment System, like on the
Yeah.
box, but I asked Limited Run, and they said, you might not want to do that. So I changed the name to Pretendo Fun Box. I'm proud of that name.
That's pretty good.
And what else was there? There was like, I'm trying to remember.
I'm trying to remember.
There was like at a funeral.
Yes,
At a funeral
was
was
one.
Yeah, that was suggested by a friend of mine, and I thought it was amazing. That was a great idea. Drinking
was a
soda at
really
a
good
funeral.
Also, I liked the end credits. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah.
Going through having to drink the soda to go to each
As
next
a
one.
yeah, I include in my head. I include the credits as a level in that game. I count that as a level,
Oh yeah, 100% was.
and that uses the same code as the last level. For drinking soda inside a soda.
Yeah.
How when you drink it, it's your own soda, so it
Yeah.
goes down. That's because it teleports you to different levels that are the exact same, but minus a soda bar.
Yeah.
So yeah, I use that for the credits.
Yeah, that was fun. Out of all the levels, that was like a nice closer, because that was the only
Yeah.
time where like there was actually stuff like moving other than like the waving guy.
Yeah, that was like the only like level gimmick
Oh yeah.
that I included.
It was a
Like
good one.
like truly level gimmick, and I was proud of that. I wish I had just done that for like a bunch of more levels.
It was a good way to wrap it up though. It felt
Yeah.
very conclusive, where it's like, oh yeah, this is like, for those who haven't played like the original Soda Drinker, for the one person out there who played the demake before the original.
Yeah.
It's probably a good closer just to be like, oh, here's like, a little bit more action going on.
Yeah.
But yeah, connected to that question, this is entirely personal, just because I thought it was a silly name, and I'm figuring it's like a pet or something. But in the credits, you mentioned Jingle as an extra thanks. I just want to
Yes,
know who that
Jingle.
is.
That is my cat.
Okay.
She was amazing. She unfortunately passed away last year. But yeah, she was. I'm so glad that I thought to put her in the credits.
Yeah.
That was amazing. So yeah, she was a cat that I had. I had another cat, but I didn't put him in the credits because he's a little bitch. No, he's cool. Actually, on the level with the two cats, that is Jingles and Voodoo. Those are my
Oh.
cats. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
So yeah, because in the original game, the two cats were a reference to Will's two cats that he had. So I figured I'd change them to my cats that I had at the time.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that level was fun. I saw that and I just like took a photo real quick and I just sent it to a couple friends. I'm like, oh my god, the cats are in the game.
Yeah.
So that's actually pretty cool. It's got like a little bit of, I guess, personal reason for it now.
Yeah,
Good
I
way
like to
describe
put
it,
as
you know what I mean.
when I was remaking the levels, I wanted to put as much like personal spin into it as I could, as much personal touch.
Oh yeah.
Um,
It definitely felt that way. It felt like this
Yeah.
was a game made by you and not Will. But
yeah.
it still felt like Soda Drinker Pro. I feel like it did a good
Yeah.
job with that. So.
Soda Drinker Pro is a very personal project
Oh, yeah.
for its creators.
And I mean, like, the other part too, which I know you're just talking about this, but this is personally something that I thought was cool. But I really liked the way that you reused a lot of the NES assets. Like, I saw very few assets in there, but the way that you reused them, for like the one circle that you had with like the color on the outside, like I liked how you used it for the barrel, for the wheel, and like all this other stuff, like for lights.
Yeah.
So you were very creative with that. It felt that was another like little personal touch that I liked, where like even though you were limited with the sprites, you really used them to your advantage.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of the assets were like in the levels were up to interpretation or like up to the imagination.
Oh yeah.
Um, but like if you play the two games side by side, you'll know what I was thinking. But like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, that's a piano. That's supposed to be a carousel or
Yeah.
something. In the county fair level, there's a massive spinning obelisk
Yeah.
that I had no idea what it was. Apparently, it's a carousel, but
Yeah.
like a merry-go-round.
Yeah.
But I didn't know that at the time. I just thought it was like a gray and black spinning obelisk. So I didn't know what to do for that, so I just made it look like that.
But yeah, I mean, part of the NES is just, it didn't look too real. It wasn't the world's best graphical thing, so a lot of it was up to imagination. Like Zelda's a great example of it. Like a lot of that game is just up to your imagination. So I think the limitation of those assets really benefited that like NES feel, where it's like, oh yeah, you do have to like, think about it a little bit, have some creative spin on it to see like what the purpose of those are. So I thought it was very cleverly done. I just want to point that out.
Thanks.
So, more questions. I have two more.
Okay.
These are both questions that you told me to ask you, so they're gonna be interesting. What are you working on nowadays, other than like how to survive a nuclear fallout? Which awesome video.
Yeah.
I watched it once by myself and once with my friend on the car ride to the lunch.
Nowadays I'm making videos and I still make games. I am currently working on one. It's kind of like this is the first time I've like publicly said what it is. But I'm just in the works about it. I started like a couple weeks ago. It's like a 2D top-down mafia game. It's kind of like GTA, but it'll be like you're in a mafia and it'll have like a cartoony sort of style. So yeah, that's what I'm working on in terms of video games nowadays. But lately I've been playing Wii Fit every day since February. So I stream daily of Wii Fit. I think that's been a very fun experiment to do. I didn't usually live stream before then. I did occasionally, like every few months or so, but it's been really fun. I've gained a bit of an audience of diehard Wii Fit fans, so that's fun.
Have you had anyone like join your Wii Fit code? I saw that in the description.
Yeah, I got a Wii Fit U gym community going on because of Pretendo Network, and yeah, it's got like 3 people. It used to be 4, but someone left recently.
They're lost.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, I've been tuning into those occasionally just as like background noise, so they're fun.
Yeah.
And I mean, literally your first one is where I found you, which perfect timing, by the way. I just want to point that out. I was like just about to give up on like the Soda Drinker Pro demake and just be like, all right, this is a lost cause. I'm probably just gonna send an email. And I saw live show up right next to your name, like as I'm leaving your YouTube channel, watching the trailer for like hidden stuff. Because I was watching the it was the trailer that's on Limited Run's website. Of you and your friend sitting on the couch playing the game.
The commercial, yeah.
Yeah.
I call it the trailer is the remake, and the commercial is the one that I made myself.
Yeah. But I was watching that, like just trying to find literally anything that I might have missed, and then just moving on. And then I saw it show live right next to your name. I'm like, oh my god.
You said that was day 1 of the Wii Fit stream?
Yeah, that was day 1. So
all right.
I was like...
Yeah, I think I did see you in chat that day.
Yeah, I sent one message, and then whoever you were with was just like, oh yeah, the stream has like a 10-minute delay, just wait a little bit. He answered your question. I'm like, my heart was just racing that entire time. I'm like, this is amazing.
Yeah, the stream that day was horrible, so there was like a 10-minute delay. But yeah, I'm glad you found me. This is fun.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, that stream was still entertaining. I got a bunch of giggles out of it, so.
Yeah.
Where am I able to find more stuff about you other than like your website?
Yeah, so I have a website, nathanboehm.com, and it's spelled Boehm, but it's not pronounced Boehm. I actually I named my little game studio after it. It's Nathan Games. It plays off of the pronunciation of Boehm, but it's spelled Goehms. It's stupid, but it's funny. So yeah. That's. I think if you want to contact me, and if you want to like have a conversation, I'm always active in my Discord server, so you can join that. You have, but yeah, that's where I announce things that I do, So that's probably the best way to keep up with me is my Discord server. So yeah,
Sweet. Well, I appreciate answering all these questions.
yeah, this is
This
fun.
was this. I have so much more information now to work with. This is gonna be so cool.
All right.
I don't even know what to say. Thank you.
Yeah, this
um,
is fun.
I really appreciate your time for this. This is very helpful. So,
Awesome.
do you have any like anything that you want to put out there? Any message to anyone, or just even plug in your own stuff if you want?
Well, I did kind of already do that. Um, but yeah, like if you want to make any videos or anything with me, I think this is fun. Don't be a stranger. I think this is
Oh
awesome. And
yeah.
you know what? I have one more thing to say. I have a gift for you.
Oh.
Your own copy. This is gonna be yours. I'm gonna send this to you.
Actually?
I'm actually gonna send this to you. That box right there has 50 copies of the game that
Oh my
Limited Run sent
god.
me. I'm sending you one of these.
You're
I'll
serious?
put a stamp on this. Yeah, I'm 100% serious. I'm gonna send this to you. You were talking about it earlier that you were gonna see if you can get it as soon as you could, but no, I'm just gonna send this to you. I was going to.
You
This has been here the whole time.
you are amazing. Thank you
Yeah.
so much. I'll pay
Yeah.
for shipping if you want. I don't care.
No, I got it. I
You
got
sure?
it. You're good. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, luckily I have a PO box already, so my home
Awesome.
address is not real for some reason. I don't know why, but I have a PO box.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thank you. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem.
So,
This is awesome.
and I'm so sorry by the way for mispronouncing your name in a voiceover. I'm gonna send you later tonight. I
Yeah.
found out where I found how your name was pronounced, and it was while I was looking at your YouTube channel with my friend. I saw in the description it's pronounced Boehm. I'm like, you
Yeah,
gotta be
it's in my
kidding
bio.
me.
It's the only thing in my bio. You only missed it 5 times.
I was like, as I was doing the recording, I'm like, it's Boehm, it's Boehm, it's Boehm, and on your thing, like, on your thing that says like Nathan Games or whatever, it says right
Yeah.
underneath.
It literally
Underneath
says
it says.
it's pronounced games. I put that in my logo.
And then I got worried and I looked it up on Google and it's like, nope, it's Boehm. I'm like, okay. I guess
Does
I'm
Google
crazy.
actually say that?
Yeah. No
Google's
answer.
wrong.
No answer ever has said Boehm. I
Google's
looked
dead
at like
wrong.
5 different pages. Like I looked at a Reddit page, Google's answer, just to absolutely 100% confirm instead of just going to your YouTube channel.
Dang. Dang.
But I'll re-record it. It's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah. Other than that, yeah, I really appreciate your time. And
Awesome.
again, I love your videos. They're genuinely
I love
like
yours
entertaining.
Yours are, dude.
That IKEA crib video was so fucking funny. I love
Yeah.
every single time you're just like, all right, now follow me. It's just like, I loved it. Your chair
Yeah.
collection.
And your videos are awesome too. I love that so much.
I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I don't really know how to wrap these up.
Uh,
But I don't know. I really appreciate it though.